What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 3 of Asaf on Netflix, and this is day 11 of our 31 days of Netflix. And the last thing we seen in Asaf was he went to the police station, they had him in the interrogation room, and when they came outside, they were checking the back of the vehicle, and now that's where we pick up. Let me tell you, to lose your job, to have to ride around the city, and then you're getting phone calls and getting rid of bodies, this is a lot of work for a regular driver. But before we jump into this, we break this down. If you like murder mysteries, if you like suspenseful shows, then Asaf on Netflix is probably something you like to watch. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. We're on that road to 75,000 subscribers, so I appreciate each and every one of you. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This is episode 3 of Asaf, Dead End on Netflix. We start the episode off with the lieutenant coming outside and they're checking Asaf's car. Now remember, there was a body back there when he had to get rid of the captain. Well, he gets the call and says that his package has been delivered, and the cops, they open up the trunk. Now when they open up the trunk, in the back it's a box of money. So the lieutenant gets inside with his assistant and he's like, what the hell is going on out there? Where's the captain at? Is this leading to the captain? But the assistant is saying, sir, that money in that box, it was all counterfeit. This driver is lying to us about something. So Asaf, he made up out of here and the money was counterfeit. So there's no connection. Being a driver, you're not going to have that much money, let alone cash. So the lieutenant is like, wait a minute, is Asaf playing me? Because Asaf and the lieutenant, they're in this together. Of course, Asaf is still having trouble with his wife, well, soon to be ex-wife Sema, his son Atlas, and then Atlas number 2. Now the guy that Sema has been talking to is now her lawyer representing her. So Asaf is like, man, what the hell? And he hasn't seen his kid and the police have got him in here. So Sema says, tomorrow you can come and pick up Atlas. He hasn't got to see his son. She's been pushing him off and he has been pretty busy in these last 2 episodes. But he finally gets to pick up Atlas the next day. He takes Atlas number 2 home, puts him in the bed. He's comfortable. Now he goes back to that thumb drive. And this is the thumb drive that he got out of Captain's pocket before he dumped the body. But his car alarm ends up going off, and when he goes outside, there's a journalist. Her name is Rüya. Now she comes out, she's like, hey, who are you? Is this your car? He's like, yeah. She's saying, okay, well, I'm trying to get in touch with the captain. Do you have anything? He's like, well, not for real. Why'd you do this? She says, well, I was supposed to be telling him something. He's like, well, I got this thumb drive. Is there anything you can do with it? She's saying, that thumb drive is what I gave him. So right now, she knows a little bit about what's going on, and her and the captain were trying to solve a case, and that's what's all on that thumb drive. Asaf is on the move now, so he has Atlas number 2 here, but remember, the journalist was like, hey, if you got any time to link up, let me know. So Meltman comes over, and he already told her, stop coming around here. I don't want Murad or Moz to know that you're messing with me. Well, when she gets here, he's like, listen, can you watch my son? Well, can you watch the kid? And she's thinking there's going to be a relationship between her and Asaf. So she said, yeah, I'll watch your son, but it's not really his son. It's Atlas number 2. And Atlas number 2, you know how he is. He's blunt and straight to it. He ain't telling her no information. After he meets with the journalist, they continue to talk about the captain. Now she comes up with a plan. Wait, all that information I had, whoever captain was after, if you don't know where captain is, but you have the hard drive, you can pretend to be captain. Basically, she wants him to go and meet up with whatever connections that they got, any insiders, and Asaf will pretend to be the captain and get that information. Now, this is very, very risky, but it could help Asaf get up out this situation, which he desperately needs to, because let me tell you, ain't no one trying to run around and deliver these packages when you don't know who you're really working for. While he's running around with the journalist, he's supposed to be picking up his son Atlas at the schoolyard. Now remember, Atlas has a heart condition. There's some kids making fun of him. He does have this little doll that he's playing with, but this man shows up. His name is Atlas. He shows up, and him and Atlas, they've been talking to each other. Now, the secret is this guy doesn't exist, but you see that Atlas is comfortable with him, so he ends up leaving with him. One thing we know about movies and TV shows, there's always a villain, and the villain, in the beginning, they always got the upper hand, and that's what Nasu is doing right now. He called over Asaf. He's talking to Asaf about the captain. Well, the captain, we both know, is thrown away. So he's telling him, listen, I need the lieutenant to pull another job for me. You got kids? And Asaf was like, yeah, kids? He was like, yeah, kids. They're talking about Atlas. So remember, we just seen the guy Atlas at the park picking up Atlas. So he's basically saying, you get this next job done, and your collateral, aka your son Atlas, we'll give him back up. So what he sends Asaf to do is go and talk to this contractor. The contractor is talking about he's not leaving his building. And this is just another ploy in Nasu's game. So Asaf has to go over there and make him leave here. But he has security, and he's like, who are you? You're just a driver? He's like, oh man, we don't bow down to no drivers or anything like that. So they basically tell Asaf, get your weak self out of here. Well, Asaf knows he has to save his son, so there's no turning back. He hops in his car, turns around, drives through the front door, and now the contractor's looking at him like, my bad, man, my bad. We'll leave. You got it, man. You in charge now, playboy. So Asaf, hey man, when your back's against the wall, you got to do what you got to do. Well, there's a lot going on. Asaf is trying to save his child, making sure he can get out of this. Well, Atlas, his son, and Atlas number 2, all of them are missing. Atlas is missing from school. Atlas number 2 is missing from the park because he went to talk to the police. Now we have Sema up here, Murat, and we have Meltem. And they're all up here talking to the police, but they're talking about 2 different kids. Sema's talking about her son, Atlas. They're talking about the missing kid of Atlas number 2. And everyone's finally meeting each other. And Sema's like, wait a minute, all you guys work at the taxi depot? And they're like, yeah. But they're not even looking for the same kid. Now, Atlas number 2 is in here getting questioned by the police. The only thing is, he doesn't know anything. Remember, they gave him a new name, Atlas, because when he was picked up in the vehicle, Asaf didn't know his name. So now he's saying that Asaf is his dad. He doesn't know how old he is. This kid just been being transported throughout this whole series. And the police, they aren't getting any answers out of him. After Asaf goes in here to try to save Atlas number 2, he's out talking to Sema, and Sema's, oh, Asaf, I'm so glad you're back. So they're getting a little bit closer, but normally that's how that happens when you're going through a moment in life. Now, the new guy she's talking to, he's actually a lawyer now, and he's telling Asaf, you need to go ahead and sign those divorce papers. You need to get that taken care of right now. But Asaf's not trying to hear that. He's trying to save his son Atlas and Atlas number 2. So what does he do? Gives him a good old punch to the snoggin. Man, this guy ain't ready for it. He just wants Sema all to himself. After doing everything that was asked of him, he goes to the amusement park. And when he gets there, Atlas, Atlas, he's yelling around. He's looking for his son. So he finally finds him. He runs into him. And Atlas is like, hey, Dad. Hey, I'm good. I was just with my friend over there. And when Asaf looks, he realizes this is one of the guys that work for Nasu. He's like, damn, these guys are playing a game that's unfair to me because, man, they got people all over the place. And it's literally just me as the driver. Asaf went to go ahead and play like he's the captain. Now he goes up and meets with this gentleman. This is who the investigator Ryu wanted him to go and meet with. Now he has a thumb drive also, and he's talking about the kidnappers and everyone that has something to go on with Paya and Korean. But when they get here, he doesn't know who the captain is. So Asaf is asking these questions. And this guy thinks he's going to get arrested. So he's looking down like, none of these guys are going to arrest me, are they? He's like, nah, those aren't my people. Long story short, this guy, he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's really here to protect himself. And he's thinking that the snitch and the informant is actually Asaf, who is pretending to be the captain. Now he done flipped on Asaf. He started chasing after Asaf. He was shooting at him, and now he got him. He got him right where he wants him, and he pulls a gun out on him. He's getting ready to finish off Asaf or turn him into Nasu because he's saying, here's the captain. This is the captain. This is him right here. I got him. I did everything you said. But Nasu rolls down the window and says, that's not the captain. That's a driver. He works for me. So what do? They unalive this guy. They pack him up and put him in Asaf's trunk. Asaf got to deliver another package. Man, this is just getting wild. Every time you look up, Asaf got to deliver something else, and it might be another body, just like in this instance. And now Asaf is looking, oh my goodness, what did I just get into? Not another body. Let me tell you something. Being an Uber driver probably ain't never been this hard. Asaf, good luck, brother. All right, there you go, episode 3 of Asaf. This one was called Dead End, and it looks like he ended up running into a dead end, but he made it out. He's able to leave, but This is what happens when you do your job. Don't do nothing more, nothing less, because you might put yourself in situations you can't get yourself out of. But make sure you tune in tomorrow for episode 4, which will be day 12 of our 31 days of Netflix. I'm MoedotJ. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.